lost train of thought for a minute. Knowing yourself. When you're a kid, you do know yourself. When I was a kid, I was everywhere. I was a doorstep kid, you know what I mean? I was out all the time. I wasn't allowed in the house during the day. You know, certainly wasn't allowed in the living room, not until night time. You know, the old man used to hoover that floor, and if it didn't have them stripes in when he'd come home, he'd go bloody mad. So house proud. But, you know, because he never had anything, you know, so it made him like that. But I was into everything. I brought my first motorbike at 10 years of age, and I was working then as well. I was doing a milk round, which I loved. It was hard getting up at, you know, that time in the morning. Just before I started seniors, I started the milk round. But it was great, and it gave me loads of money. I had so much money in my pocket, but my pocket money stopped. So there was ups and downs. It was about the time I took the 11 plus, I think it was, because decided whether, you know, what school you were going to. So 11 plus was the thing we did back then in the, oh dear, it must have been the end of the 60s, I don't know, I can't remember, 70s, early 70s. And I failed. And my stepdad, he said, well, that's it then, you're definitely not an academic, you might as well go and learn to work. And he got me a job on the milk round. The problem is, I mean, I wasn't good at school, I never really ever learned to read properly, you know, I never read a book in my life. But, and it was a mad school, crazy school. The first day I got to school, this bloke come up to me and said, right, it's us, we're the first, second, third year of fighting the fourth and fifth year. And I stood there and I was thinking, what? What are you talking about? And only 2 weeks had gone by that I was in that school, and everybody said, right, we're going to Piers School. We're going to Piers School today. And I thought, what are they talking about, Piers School? The one over the hill. Alright, and so all of us, all the boys, every one of us had to be there. It was, if you weren't there, you know what I mean, you'd been bullied. So we all waited there during the time, and we all walked out the school. Whoops. All walked out of school, over the bridge. The school I went to was Reederfield, in a place called Blackbird Leys. I was brought up in Blackbird Leys, which makes me a Leeser. I was always proud of being a Leeser, but you know, I don't know if you should be proud of it or not, but it was a great place to live when I was a kid. Anyway, walked over the hill into the school, and we just ran rampage through the school, smashing the windows. Well, I wasn't. I was really just walking through the school, trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And just done all sorts. All the kids in Piers all stayed in their classroom, and my cousin went there, 2 of them. So I was looking for them really while I was there. And then we went back to home school. God knows why we did it. It was probably about football, but you know, that school. Probably something about football, which I've never really liked much. But knowing yourself, I thought I'd known myself a couple of occasions. I spent most of my 20s not know myself at all. I'm knocking about with people that were good to have a laugh with, but there wasn't much of a brain cell between any of them. And even though I did have a laugh when I was with them, the last time I went to see them all in Oxford, I went to a club to see them, a working man's type club, which I'd never been in a working man's club before, and they were all drinking in there because the beer was cheap. And we was having a game of pool, and everybody left the game of pool and walked away from me and went over to the other side of the club, and I thought, what's going on? Mr. Bean's on. And I thought, what? I've just come and see you all, and you just want to go and watch Mr. fucking Bean. Oh, that's it, I'm off. So that was the last time I bothered. The last time I bothered going down there. And I did meet some people. I moved to Nottingham, and I felt really at home there. Really, really at home. The people there are accepting of, it doesn't matter who you are, they accept you. And they're all trying to take the mick out of you, and they're all trying to rip you off, but they'll accept you. I walked into a bar just down the road from where I was living. It was the Snetton Market. Brilliant market it used to be. All the veg and everything there, and all the market stores, all the market traders, the blokes who had the veg shops and all them flower shops and that, they used to get all their stuff from there. So it used to start about, it went on all night really. They started loading up about 12 o'clock at night, and the lorries back and forwards in and out all night, and I lived opposite it. At first I thought it was a bit loud, but after a while I got used to it. And the pub that was on the market, Pegger's Arms, that used to stay open all night, so it was quite handy. If I'd finished work late, I would go in for a quick pint before going to bed. I did meet some people. I went into the rock scene and I had quite a laugh. Didn't have much money. I was having two operations at the time. That's why I went up there, to be by my family. And did have some nice times. I got, as always, I tried to stay off work. Always try and stay off work. I'm pretty lazy, but I always get a job. Always. People offer me work all the time. Always have done. Don't know why. And I managed to I started working at Rock City, getting bands in and out. I was a bit mad. See a few big arguments there. But it was quite heavy there, some nights. And there was some rooms that I wasn't allowed to go into because they were controlled. But from there I got into the Theatre Royal in Nottingham as a cashier, and that was fun. Hard work, hardest work I've ever done, but it was fun. Anyway, I'll carry on tomorrow night. Good night. I've had my walk, didn't see any deer.